So continuing on with some of the worst stories that came out of morgue workers, this person had a patient that died in the ICU. He was in his 60s. He came back from a missionary trip to South America, one of the South American countries, because he was complaining of abdominal pain. His bowel had been perforated due to a parasitic worm. When he died, the abdomen was still wiggling. So this worker cleaned him up and bagged him and prayed that those worms didn't somehow poke their way through. They were really hoping that the freezer actually killed those worms, because it was quite possibly the most disgusting thing they had ever seen. Can you imagine a dead body with its stomach still moving? Wild, man. So another person chimes in about rigor mortis setting in. So the first time they touched a dead body, they had to go through with a fellow healthcare assistant to perform the last offices, which found out is washing the body, putting them in a shroud, and covering them up and moving them into the body bag. The family stayed for quite a long time after the death, and nobody had really thought to lower the bed. So when they went to put him into the flat bed, of course, this person was still folded up in a V shape, like he was sitting up. So they had to actually take this body down to the actual morgue workers with the body still basically sitting up on a flat bed. So that was her introduction to the first time ever having to deal with a dead body. And one of those lessons learned, that you better make sure you lower the bed before you take them down to the morgue. And lastly, this person named Captain Redbeard said a couple years ago he responded to a suicide by shotgun to the head. And when he entered the bedroom, there was brain matter, blood, everything all over the place, all the way to the door. It traveled at least 20 to 25 feet. He said the freakiest part about this was the fact that near the body was a framed picture with the words "Amazing Grace" hanging on the wall, which had that same brain and blood matter splattered all over it. And it kind of really freaked him out as it streaked down the front of this framed photo. So these are the stories from the morgue. I hope you enjoy these. I will be back later on. You guys have a great day, and thank you all for your continued support.